Good morning, Sterling Humanities students, and welcome to week 10 of remote learning and week 2 of your Genius Hour projects, your final week of kind of everything before we take next week to really do some celebrating of the school year as a whole, and especially do some celebrating of how awesome you folks have been with your remote learning. I'm going to walk you through kind of a sample Genius Hour slideshow, really just built out kind of as a skeleton. Folks can use it as needed, but it'll give you a sense of some tips and tricks and layouts to help you start setting up your best Genius Hour presentation as you work through the final parts of that this week. So I've simply just created a Google slideshow here. Any slideshow will do. You want to pick a template that works for you. So this is the template I chose. This is my Genius Hour. You might put in your topic here. But I'm just going to kind of walk you through slide by slide kind of what I'm thinking about. So your second slide should really be set up as your driving question. If you don't remember what your driving question is, you've got your template of work here. You can see that mine is, how can I support my local food bank during this time? So I'm just going to come in here and type that. How can I support my local food bank during this time? Maybe play with the font, that sort of thing. Connection to the global goal. Well, I've got that here. That's global goal 2, zero hunger. I might even try to copy this little thing and put this in here. So I'm going to put global goal number 2, zero hunger. And then I'm going to press Control V, paste this in, and then maybe make it a little bit bigger just because we got a nice little presentation. We want it to look nice. So you can resize it and put that in. You can copy and paste it right from your planning sheet. Then I'm going to talk about why I chose this. And I put that in down in this information, human body. But I'm really thinking here about why I chose this. And I talked a little bit about during this time of lockdown and the global kind of health crisis that we're in, there has been a lot of people that have needed access to food. And so I'm going to explain that to people. Why was this Genius Hour project important enough for me? And I'm going to type that in this slide. Then I come down here and put in my research. And your research is basically, if you think back to argument writing or all those claim evidence analysis, research is really your evidence and your analysis. So you're going to talk a little bit about the notes you've collected and then how that supports your work. So for me, I have this article up here from 7 Days about the number of people that have been lining up for food distribution. I might even use this photo. And I'm using this article. So if I'm going to use the article, I'm going to copy and paste the link, at least to start, and just put it in the speaker notes so that I remember that I've used this article. And I'm going to talk through to people and explain what a large, sizable need there is for people needing food. And that's one of mine. And then down here, I might come in and link in my science and math with some other research. And I also wanted to just show you folks that a reminder in this lower right-hand corner where you have this plus button is your Explore. And you can search the web right from here. And I know that one of the things I wanted was to look for information from the Vermont Food Bank. And so if I type that in and press enter, I'll get some web results. If I was looking for images, a reminder that any images you find in the Explore feature of Google Slides is available for reuse without citing. But if I click on this, it should pop out a window to the Vermont Food Bank. And this is going to give me some information. So because I'm using it, I'm going to, again, copy the link, come in here and put the link down here in the speaker notes for me. And this might be another thing of research using those two different sources. And then I might come in here and I'll go over to my graphic organizer. And I know that I have a thing for science and math that I need to use. And I put for science, include information about what happens to the human body when it doesn't get enough nutrition. So I'm going to put what happens to the human body when it doesn't get enough nutrition. And then I might resize that because my heading. And then I would explain some of the science behind what happens to the human body. And then I'm going to add another one. And I'm just going to put in here like math data to support my research. And this might be where I'm including a table or some statistics. So something like this, where 1 in 4 people, and then I'm going to figure out how to make some sort of math graph or a math data table to show that. And I'll put that in here. And then I'm going to talk about who my expert is. So I reached out to Aunt Dot's place, which is the local food shelf for Essex. I spoke with whoever I talked to, and then I would tell a little bit about the information they provided. You can certainly use direct quotes if you emailed them. You could copy and paste stuff in from that email. Maybe you've expert has done a couple, takes a couple of slides up. Then you've got your community connection. What are you going to do to kind of make this dent a lasting thing? Call to action. What are you wanting people to do after watching your slideshow? Kind of throw together a conclusion about why it's important to focus on this global goal. And then you're going to come back in here and you're going to just kind of link in sources, not necessarily as a formal bibliography. But this is what I would do, how to lay it out. Certainly you can adjust the template as needed. But your work over the next few days is to start slowly building this, focusing on your research, focusing on bringing in some good science and some good math visuals, and reaching out to your teachers, your point teachers, if you need any support. So that's your work today. Have an awesome Monday. Look forward to speaking with you all soon. I will be on office hours today at 12:30 should any of you need some further support. And I will talk to you later.